Hey, welcome on back, homies, to some more Challengers. I'm Ravage here about the illustrious K, because we got our second and potentially final map for one last spot here in Challengers. It's going to be a very fun time for one team, and someone will leave home very sad.
Look, if there's anything I've learned from stage 3 is A, don't put predictions online, and B, anything goes at this point, because we saw this map be terrible for Blue Otters earlier today, and with really not much of a break between that last map and now, they completely turned it around and flipped the script on Trust and Plug and brought back what was normally a flawless map for Trust into one of the few they've lost so far in Open Quals.
And if we take a look back on the map you're referencing too, in fact, we're not going up to Haven. Haven was also Blue Water's pick, and it's it's the map that they won. Also, once again, albeit in a very close round, but they did win it at the final. They did win that too, 13-8. So, if you are a Plug right now, for any Plug fans as well too, I would be worried for them. But if they have not been able to recuperate, because Blue Water have looked better and much more composed going into maps and disadvantages after playing series after series, and after also, bear in mind, bringing it back in a huge way on a 9-3 up against SAD.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which was is crazy. So both these teams have been playing, I think, like this is like all of the 8th map of the day at this point. So it's a long day for all. It's 11:20 here on the East Coast, so hopefully these guys have had some food and coffee to keep themselves going.
I will say that Haven match was one of the Valorant matches of all time. It was interesting. There was one round. I don't think it was Bob. I think it was the enemy Sova, where it was the 2v1. And they had this big, gigantic rotation, right? And the defensive Neon takes down the breach with 4 seconds left as they're planting and somehow wins the round. And we were just like, oh, sure, why not? It's Haven. But I guess that's how Neon Havens go for the most part. And I have no doubt that we're going to be seeing a return to form in terms of just having a Neon again and very similar comps.
Exactly. I would imagine so as well. Because considering that, both these guys have been pretty standard for what they've shown. Remember this, though. There has been Chamber from the side of Mikey on the ZS side for Plug. So,
that's weird.
I was gonna point that out. I was like, man, this is it's the one interesting pick that we've seen from Plug and from out of a lot of these teams that I want to see more of. Because to be fair, on this map last time, Mikey did really well on this pick.
He does really well, but it's one of those instances where I'll have to go back and really watch in depth. But it's like, did Mikey do well because he's Mikey or because he's on Chamber, right? I mean, Mikey, he's already just pushing down with the headhunters, man. He's looking for that opening pick. Plenty of serviceable information. Wall goes up. Bob already has a backside for C.
Yeah. And the shoot the shot darters will get tagged with the Chamber, but from here though, facing the paranoia, Bob runs her way out, survives through all the shots being pelted, and ASAT's wide open.
Okay, shock bolt. Info given above, it's Monty. Shock bolt's good. Bob playing anti-flank, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, is Bob gonna lurk up B? No.
No, she's gonna come around through sewers, all the way through, right into A, make their way through here, finally re-clearing every single angle possible as the hit comes in from the side of Plug.
One enemy remaining.
The 2v2, but once again, they took so much time to walk in. They had to brute force their way in and pistol in Blue Water's direction.
This pistol round may have just given the entire plot from Blue Water, because as much as I was singing the praises of Mikey last game, I'm very skeptical about this Chamber pick. We saw the trademark brought down C long start of round. It was bypassed completely by Bob's wall. It was then later detonated, sure, but because Bob was playing so far back in their own spawn post-plant, it left B main completely open. And that means anybody on Blue Water can lurk up for free at really any point in these rounds. And that's info and constant threat pressure Plug need to be cognizant of.
The interesting part about this too is that Plug chose to go attacking defense side first because on the defense last time, Blue Water dominated them. Were able to get almost 6 rounds in a row after losing the first 2. And now from here, Blue Water, see they continue that sort of streak dominance. Shaw next with the entry, a double taken quite quickly. That's a rest wall, 1 by 1. It's Mikey to find a single, the right click. It's not enough though against the shields of Bob. The bow left alive is 1. Not tagged, just barely tagged by the dart. Thought he might have got away for that. Shock dart right by his feet. So gotta get new shoes, but 75 health and a paranoia. Oh! Early peek from Wets. From Welly. Might need to rethink that, but nonetheless, it's 2 taken, but good damage done for Plug side.
Yeah, just a great open up from A site for Blue Water to find that consistent pressure. It was, of course, a full pistol buy for Plug. They chose not to invest. One thing I will say that I like, I swear, this is the last I'll talk about Chamber for a while, is that with Chamber, you can rely more on Headhunters and his ult to have that threat pressure of a weapon too. You can serve as a lot more credits and guns that keep supplying the rest of your teammates in instances where their eco may be facing a lot of issues.
Right now, that's an issue. What you trying to win somehow?
Yeah, you know, we'll duct tape it.
Gets out of that. That was amazing. But not from here, though. Veli to the plant. Sieg, not checked. Easy pick for him, but one responded in kind, and now for the rest, a Plug. Seems to be easy, does it? With guns in their hands. We'll take a clean gun round.
Yeah, good collapse from Plug, taking that B control, consistently having all these players float around, no one staying linear and stalwart in their positions. They can move around quite a bit and take aggressive fights too, like Jerwin did start a round against Bob. Having, again, more proactivity was a big struggle Plug had on Sunset against Blue Otter's aggression. If this is the comp they want to run and how they want to play it, that's going to mean these fights that start within 20 rounds of the round beginning or could very well determine how each of these rounds are played out. It looks like C's the way to go now. Trademark now placed inside of Garage. That's going to make the lurks through Garage a lot more slow, but B main is completely exposed outside of T.
The fast lane, he used the fight. He catches beautiful timing. Bob's taken out, but Bob's made his way inside to match Zostal. Will the rest look to walk in past it? They want this C hit currently to go down, but the rest of them haven't been cleared out. Backside's wide open. They all flood in. And Plug take that round in kind. 2-2.
It's just another big read from Plug, understanding that Blue are going to want to keep approaching different places each round. First it was A, then it was B, then it was A, now it was C. So Blue are going to try to switch it up by going back to C yet again. I never thought I'd say this in a million billion years, Ravish, but they're taking a page out of Ranker's playbook.
Hey man, Ranker's not too bad, bro. So.
Yo, I know. Oh man. Trademark's back down on C. This was bypassed by Bob's wall earlier on. Won't be spotted.
Last hit again, but considering they know they have the weapon advantage, that Plug don't need to fight necessarily on site. They can play off and just shoot at them. Supposed to go for the cover, and plan will at least be secured. As the Hunter Spirit from Veli to clear out towards the backside, gets 1 tag, but as the rest come in, 1 more tag taken, but the rest of them are all falling due to the sheer superior weaponry that is present on the side of Plug. There's also in Veli left. I'll try to match the rest of them as they all rush past them, but Jerwin a bit too slippery.
I mean, Plug haven't had to change their strategy one bit. They're willing to give up each site for Blue. They can just retake. It's risky too. We see the off brought out so early on from Mikey because, again, their Chamber. Last I'll talk about it. But because you don't really want to go into a position where you have to retake with an op after each round, we're seeing, again, very instantaneous refloods off of Plug. The info is there. The utility brought out to find the info to get these proper angles and confuse Blue in the micro play. Also there. A we go now. Only one on site, and that's going to be Monsi. He's going to have to run away real quick, and the rest of Plug, they're going to go for this very quick flank in mid. Did that connect?
That's crazy.
No! Shondex with only a frontal lobe left on this Cypher.
Hey, I mean, if you're Plug, you take those any day. I'm not aware of it, but Plug right now, what is available though? The ult from Mikey, but already an op in hand alongside the ult from Teague too. That Rolling Thunder can do a lot to continue to delay. Zeke could try to scale in towards A, play for the orb. Shondex.
Coming through.
Close, but no cigar. Out from here, German has the confidence to continue moving on forward. And Blue Water forced into A here. But considering they'd been moving here for quite some time, but once again, secured the plant, but Plug are more than happy to play retake.
Been a great change of pace from Blue too. They're not looking for the instantaneous execute. They wanted at least one pick before they moved to the site, but now timer, pressure, spike down, a body behind. The paranoia setup here is going to be amazing for the flash dump.
And here it comes. They slowed it down for a couple seconds, but no one actually peek off of it. They can use the time to reposition, clearing out hell. There's also the top, sees the leg, but sees him first. One shot gone. It puts up the ultimate. Snake gets decimated. And Plug, within a matter of seconds, a gorgeous retake to eliminate every single upwards angle that Blue Otter had. Really well done.
It's so well done from Plug.
Flawless.
The reflood in, holding down the line, taking that opening pick. The Blue Otter strategy to slow things down and wait for Plug to overextend worked against them. They were still forced to push into A, and while they didn't have much resistance and utility, they still couldn't take these fights. All they have to do on Plug's side is flash, avoid the rolling thunder, and just let Jerwin do his work, man. He's 9-3.
Yeah, Jerwin once again looking extremely strong. Game we saw even on Sunset too. An incredible start, shutting down Bob constantly, but not able to continue that streak. Mikey vacated from his angling garage. Such a dusty long bun bow there, and he's good for his two. With the garage push now gone, they cannot focus their effort on what's going on to see. A good shot pull from Bob, but wants to continue forward, realizing they're two towards the back on C. Near Link, so with her being tagged, she'll give some time for the rest of them to all walk in, but look at this flank, right? Jerwin can take his time. He can move down to C long. As the overdrive eventually scales out, Bob will take one last one. Moxie looking at her full flash. Is that to eat one of those over and over again, holding the zap. And they can't match her. Steal the rest of his team. Make sure Bob stays alive for the rest. And Blue finally get one.
Look, that round was entirely off the hands of the Frog Queen. Bob's overdrive saved the day. This round was beginning to look disastrous for Blue Otter. They again had the right adaptability to work the map more, split push and take, or attempt to take control of Garage before executing on C. Bon Bao has been such a great defender, single-handedly dry swinging and removing every Garage push. But luckily, though, Bob did save the day. No overdrive available, though, Ravish. You can't rely on that ult to save you this time.
No, you cannot. Monty one away from his, though. Not necessarily positioning to try to get it online, but a plant can most definitely secure that once it does happen. Unless for now, a much slower pace round than what they've done previously.
Yeah, they have to work the map.
Yeah, they usually attract the attention towards one side specifically. And if you look at Plug right there, they're usually very happy to just kind of gamble stack a lot of these sites. And considering where they're at, it's been a Blue Water to just see, all right, which site does a stack on it, I'll go there.
Spike
And
down
I think they found a site with a stack on it.
Oh, that's going to be so tough now to execute. No more flashes, a stun to enable Bob to have extra space to clear in. Even this, yeah, but if this is a P-execute, you do get to avoid the tour de force in theory, right? But that's going to be such a tough shot without flashes.
Speaking of which, that's the
Good fake.
paranoia. Yeah, timing not caught on that as they just keep them there, but the
30
B
seconds
plant's
left.
not initiated as it realizing 30 seconds are left. Plug are now finally looking at other sites to continue to throw util at the rest of Blue. C left open. And now Bun Bao should be aware that this is happening. As a shot comes in, good on Bob. Wants to open, re-peek the angle, 2 around the corner. They can't get trade off this. He doesn't look to move in further. Shot whips, it has to get out of there, but she's up against 2 at the back. Monsi in front, and 3 flanking her. Will mean that now for the rest of Blue Water, they gotta play this 3v3 by the end. Good peek for Mikey. Garage is taking back every inch of space that was lost at the beginning. Shots left alive, sees Jerwin, tap spray, gets good for 1. As the left is just the Frenchman, and is off, and the peek! Tries to run at him, Sharnik's quicker with the flick.
I get what Plug's strategy on this defense now is. They don't need Sentinel utility because, again, they're willing to give up so much of C room. They don't need to necessarily keep a Cypher alive and adhering to any utility. They're not restricted by any sort of range outside the trademark. They can consistently rotate around as a team and prioritize retakes. But Blue Water working the map and having a... Honestly, I lost count how many micro fakes they had into that last round, but ending on C and taking extra fight space worked out well. That'll be the strategy that works for Blue.
We'll see it this way. No, that's not fully working out that game for Blue, though. Plug take a very heavy-handed approach. He's running at them. Toss it all there. And that's a flawless taken. Wow, that was quick.
I wish we had just seen Plug do that on Sunset. I'm sorry, but Jerwin now has overdrive available. A big mow down through mid. Blue again, both teams have the right ideas now. I want to see how they can work A site. It looks like Teague was already prepared to go for a stun inside of A. Jerwin's going to be in position to dash down A long off the hands of this recon too. This will be another fast round with the overdrive.
Should be nice. I mean, let's see when they decide to use it though, right? Get the spray off. Bob takes some chip damage, but now it's more past that. It's in fact Bob to punish Monsi. He was there forward on the angle past the smoke.
I know exactly where.
Realizing the defender there means the German's gonna cover the angle once again. I realize where they all are. It's gonna cuss off too, but Mikey tries to play some interference at the back of the stack. Bob, good for it. There are no Zosals made their way in though. And they can do what they please, but Blue Water, after the previous round, 1 and count, wants to respond with a fast round of their own. Not as clinical, but look at be a win nonetheless. A 1v3 left for Jerwin. Not aware of the way the rest of are. Sees the dart, shoots it out, and now they know he's heaven. And tagged here too. 1 waiting around. Zostal, you ready? Yes, he is.
Really like that smoke that Zostal brought out in A long. That forced either the Neon to respect the smoke and not push up, or push essentially isolated off that recon bolt's info going away. I really like that play because it shut down the majority of the spearhead that Plug had ready for that aggressive push-up. If we see smokes like that, Plug are not going to have a fun early round, and yeah, I'd go for a timeout too. It's really trying to figure out now, where do you think Blue's going to go next? They've found success now on C site. They have found success on A. B and Garage have been a great factor to pivot in and pivot out so quick that it's going to be very confusing for Plug to really find impact unless they can get an opening pick.
I mean, for Plug, though, we've seen these very creative rounds where they just look to rush at them, right? Full force. And aside from that, it's been the retakes that have really been leaning into their success. Like these 5v5s, and Blue Water not counteracting it by deciding, all right, we want to give you time to set up. We saw it before on Sunset too, where they pushed up against them, right? Just cutting them off at the source. And even if they lose 2 or 3 at the beginning, they don't care. They're deciding, yo, it's fine. We'll still fight. It's like, dude, it's like, you know, for example, you're 27 and you fight a 60-year-old man. The disadvantage is there.
Just lying around, 60-year-old man. I found you. I was wondering where Waldo was.
In a boxing even.
Oh. Hey, that first round was pretty close.
Gotta go.
No, it wasn't. Anyways, we'll look at Bob. The Russian this time doesn't get one. Zeke to get the trade, but it's just one past it.
Enemy remaining.
As once again we said, Plug love their stacks. A stack play working in their favor. Blue Water has got to find a way to get around these, or just
Last
not
round
walking.
before the switch.
And usually the response from Blue was to dial back and wait for that aggressive push-up. And again, a battle for the opening picks. If Plug push in like that and gets slaughtered, then they're not going to have the capability to go for a flood retake. But Blue Otter, each time Plug just say, you know what, we're just going to go for it, they own whatever lane that Jerwin pushes in. It's really a gamble of the first 15 seconds. And with Garage looking like Jerwin's pushed up and ready for it again. Oh no. Okay.
Tough from
Net
to
neutral.
respond with two. All right. An impressive start off again. Shondex though gets revenge for the teammates. And I'll put it back to 3v3.
Not even a disengage. A retake now with only 2 flashes available. Recon on a timer. Mikey has an op too. That's going to slow his pace down quite a bit. No info on Zeke.
Gotta find out like you're saying.
Nowhere to run.
Ops getting forward a bit. Ooh! Hotfree really doesn't tag him either. But once again, Zeke has the flank. He's waiting for the rest
Zeke?
to come around. He wants to find where the rest are. The shotgun is beautiful. It tags almost all 3. Now Monster realizing what the rest is. One off-site, one garage. Zeke sets it up, gets the concuss, and the timing is immaculate from Zeke to even up the score.
Such good timing. I was worried for a second that Mikey would snap and watch Garage and go for the flick, but no, everyone was so focused on Welly deep down C site that it was the perfect distraction factor. Absolutely great comms from both of these teams, both big and small picture, to have this success. And for Blue Water, they have been flawless on this map. This has been a team that is a mishmash of 2.5 teams that have dominated all throughout 2024 on a smaller scale put together. The comms and the synergy are there.
Right here.
Plug have been in a similar boat. A collegiate core have played for such a long time and finally had their Challengers debut in Stage 2. But right now it's 6-6 and Blue are up ahead of map. They only need 7 more rounds to bring things home for playoffs.
Blue Otter want a chance to get the repeating challengers. They want redemption from the previous season with a couple new additions, right?
Here.
Being a lot of them from Blinn. You gotta look at what they can accomplish from here. Plug want to do Blinn proud, and Blue want to do themselves proud. That goes down. 4v2. At this point, so I was thinking that they would have ran at them at this point. But hey, patience from Plug. Blue, all center around site, finding their angles, covering their corners. At the rest, Blue Water wants to find a way to scale into the site, but they have not been able to get the opportunity. Got his dry walk in. There you go. Zeke and Sean next finally found the opportunity. They're running out of time. Haven't cleared out. Teague, Mikey playing in tandem. There's Bob left as a final. With no real ways to get in. It was just a hesitate play. And one that turns out wary. Plug will get the first on the second half.
Very slow on the retake from Blue, and having a lack of bodies, it's so tough to get that initial push in. Very different already from how Blue approached their pistol round back when they were on the defense. They were completely fine attempting to go for the reflood so early on without their full util. Very curious to see how these next few rounds play out. Core difference of these teams again has been that Sentinel capability. Everything else has been the same. A trademark. Oh!
Ooh, okay.
Mikey not only getting that opening pick right, but that trademark. Remember, Jerwin's success on that defense was to rush down B main into that window and take these picks. The trademark denies that.
It cuts it out completely as an option, right? So now from here, if you're Blue Otter, you know that this round is kind of for now. The saves haven't necessarily been the most powerful points of either side. You know, one was taken by Blue in the previous half, but it was sunset realistically. But Bogget spotted, repeats the angle. Nothing found from here. Just some shots pelted in. as B is a take.
And this is so good. Take that backside control now. Lacking bodies and weaponry. Blue Water have an adventure ahead of them.
Well, they got to start off with the right foot, right? So let's see what they get done on this adventure. Nice peek, safe for one. But that's immediately shut down. All their hopes taken away. And 2 against 4. We'll see if they can take away more weapons.
They don't want to feed the beast here.
Nah, they definitely don't.
Yeah, you know what, Sean? Next, you can hold off on your neural theft for a little bit. Oh, I apologize. No, Mikey, we don't want him to have his own kind of neural theft, which is just a straight sniper to the skull.
Take the Guardian. We'll have to carry it over next round, if anything, if he finds anybody flanking, but the last one's a lot more powerful. Spike continues to tick. And with this, Shondex, yeah, would be slowed down for a bit, but hey, loss is there. They won't turn to alt orbs anytime soon. The Plug will finally get the advantage in series.
And Blue Otters have to be very careful in their early rounds. They don't want to accidentally walk into the crosshairs of an outlaw or soon to be an op. Sherwin 2 is absolutely going to do everything they can to take a fight as soon as they humanly can to have access to get into a site thereafter, if they win. What is the game plan here for Blue? I think they recognize the trademark's location should usually be Windows. It's not this round, it's going to be anti-C. They may try to shoot it out, yeah. At least get rid of some sort of presence early on, even if it's just a condition factor. Oh, wait, I like this. Mikey has this position that should be held on A lobby every round. Well, he can't go for a recon. He's got to swing out too far to do it.
Yeah, and Bob also unfortunately getting punished with Garage, but oh, he goes for the orb, not expecting the second peek.
I wasn't even expecting the first peek.
I mean, honestly, he just confidently moves forward, assuming nobody's there, almost ready to fight, but at least the trade comes out. So now from here, Plug have to lean towards B, but for Blue Water, because they're already down to, you got to stay on these sites and look to play retake where they can, because defense on Haven, it's not the easiest task.
Yeah, with no real site control or information, they're not sure exactly where Shondex's utility is set up. A fair guess would be C. B site, good for the collapse off the retake. It's easily the best option with least resistance for Plug to take back. Smoke goes out.
30 seconds left.
A plant soon to follow. Garage control already given to Jerwin, waiting for a rotate. A-Link, the big point of contention.
See if they can find anything off of it. Jerwin's taking his chances to move up into Garage. See if you can punish anybody in Shondex. Oh, not aware, but Slomatic's fun one. And Bao again with these punishes. 3 taken, make that 4. Starting it off and ending it off. That's Bao, baby.
And look, Bao performed so well in relegations for Stage 2 that I thought for sure him and Resonate would at least get there. But he did have a few other stints, I believe, as a sub player during Stage 2, but unfortunately just not long to stay. I want to say it was sad that he was on for like 1 series, but again, did not make it to have more, I suppose. 16 and 8 though. Homie's absolutely improved since then. Just has to continue on forwards now to prove the doubters wrong. Good dash from Jerwin early on. And that's going to be a lot of ace space given up by Blue Otters that frankly they really can't with this kind of buy.
Ooh. TPing, yeah, that's not get caught by the concuss, realizing that the setup is there with the trap being laid clean by Zoe. So he'll instead move back towards near the sites, taking that second corner. A is already covered in 4 spaces by the Blue Water members. The jump spot will look to find one, but it's the flood in from the rest of the members of Plug. They'll easily take 2. Although Zoe will get a singular, but it's Bao, the counterpart, to clear out the rest. And Plug on this attacking side have looked dominant.
At this point, Blue Otters have to consider a timeout. They have not found a concise answer to this defense yet. They are getting steamrolled at all beats of a round. Just when you think they may have a chance to bring it back, say in the defense 2 rounds ago, Bon Bao was there. They get 3 They cleared out the entirety of the defense. And even Bao tried to take opening contact against, Zostel tried to take opening contact against Mikey, and that didn't work. And yeah, timeout absolutely needed here. This is a tough call, Ravish. I don't know what Blue Water wants to do. It's, you could just easily watch this game and say, they just gotta win their gunfights. But there's never really a comfortable spot to take an engagement. If you're Welly, you could go A long, right? Guess who's there? It's Mikey. You want to be Shondex and hold down C? Sure, you could. But more likely than not, Plug is going to 5v1 you, and you lose your Cypher utility, and you open up C for your team to not win the retake. It's really tough here for them.
Here.
It's rough for sure, especially with now Plug on double digits. Blue. A crucial round in front of them. With Riku not looking too hot. And an op also not invested from Bob.
I like this. This is a good solution. Instead of having Welly take that peek, it's going to be Bob expecting the duel with Mikey early on and secure the orb for Welly.
Shut down.
But it's smoked off.
Right here.
That's good.
It's just shut down as an option. They don't even want the peek here, K. They're instead looking towards window. No, they'll have to move around and find some more info to see if anybody is holding it, but currently not. Right. Smoke comes in and they'll look to move back here instead. The garage peek has worked out for them previously to move from garage into C, but it has been Bob holding that previously. They're not aware of the changer just yet, so a slow crawl their way into
Right
C.
here.
Smoke in the A long that blocked off Bob's vision enabled the Owl drone to be used A sewers. No longer used for a retake here. It's going to be a big tell to go C site.
Zostel, brave enough to just take the peak once more, leads the corner, and the aftershock there in front of him horses him out of there. Teague with a good setup. Resting not enough to walk in. And Sherwin wading back and forth, the strafing working. But Blue Water by looking much more alive. And Les Bob's on the flank. Ping there, good shots. A second there too. The shot pull not catching anybody. Teague to get the punishment leaves it down to a 2v2.
What's the call here? Teague, getting that plant down will be Rolling Thunder. They're going to go back C. It's the best opportunity with the time they have left to go for the plant and get that ult off. Zeke has been so slippery, Garage.
Zeke, they're gone. And the second! But it's just one from him.
No Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Shondex has to make ways back. A little bit lower. Mikey not taking too much damage either, so he can reposition. He has a trip there too. He could, if he wants to, watch him with a garage angle. His TP not set up here either for the reposition. It's way down back. Now Mikey. Does Shana shoot the TP to get away the position? No, obviously not, right? Instead, he'll just...
No, but he might think that Mikey's nearby. Within its radius.
Fair points. For this though. Gun's not out! He doesn't get him though! That could be a crucial whiff. If he doesn't manage to land this. Tripping up finally censored. It's a fake flick. Shondex peeks out. Mikey's good for it though. Plug 2 away from sending us to map 3.
Incredible from Mikey to save the day there, not overheat and wide swing into the cyber cage. Waited it out to see if Shondex would go for the swing, and he did. And again, you're facing Mikey in a 1v1 post-plant clutch. I can count on my fingers how many times I've seen him lose a clutch like that. Hence, that certainly was not one of them. Back to the Bob strat yet again. The former SAD member stepping up to the plate to be a little bit more expendable to help out with the opening contact. Early smoke again. Still would argue beneficial for Blue here to secure that orb for Welly.
Using overdrive, Sherwin. Oh, ho, ho. Bob takes the right two members right away at Plug. Shuts down every option they had, a scaling into A. With the ult now down, T good for his. But it's just one. Still from here, we land in even straights. Rolling Thunder available for Teague.
That's right, that Rolling Thunder could be the ace in the hole alongside the Owl Drone and Monsi's Recon on a timer to secure victory. Oh, no Mikey, no flank watch, and also no smokes to take sight.
Shadows traveling.
So another 2 now. I think going B is the most clear option. Shondex there on the corner, waiting for the walk-in. Tucks 1 and 2. Bop, bop. There you go. Blue still in this.
Great capitalization from Blue, and honestly, had Teague just flashed into that B entry, he would have won that fight, and that would have been the plant down on B site. Small instances like that can add up. Blue Otter, they still have a long journey to go to catch up the Plug, but if they can continue to play as proactive as they are in the first beats of a round, they have every opportunity to do it. All you have to get rid of are power players, Jerwin and Bonbao, a duo that came from other previous teams into the Blim core. If they're the first to fall again, it'll be much easier for Blue Otter.
It should be, right? They get the tour de force out of Mikey. Slow walking in to clear every possible angle. One pick here could mean decimation for the Blue Water, but they've shown resilience no matter how many people they're down. And Blue Zeke just boldly peeks out, Roaring Thunder out too, but not aware that Wari skill past it. He doesn't get affected. Mikey will still take his pick, and that's a second also put down as well. Have to clear up the site. There's the zip zap. Everyone's hydro bills going up from here. Electricity through their veins, and Blue with 8.
I cannot believe Bob dodged that Rolling Thunder with the Neon Dash. Peak cinema right there. Unbelievable. I was so scared for a moment because Zeke went for a panic ult to fight up against Mikey's. And while that didn't necessarily work out, it was enough to force Plug to make the entry in and distract the timings off of Plug from Sewers to not be as cohesive with the rest of the team. And everyone else on Blue went for the reflood. At this point, Plug, maybe not this round, but possibly into the next if they can't convert it, need to consider a timeout. Figure out these early rounds. Teague, your flashes are gone.
That's rough. Just breaks the smoke, he gets one. And out with the A lane being clearly indexed upon by the rest of Blue as well too. They're waiting. They're assuming they'll probably walk away as Spike's still pretty outside. And it's just two in the keep with their attention.
Taken out.
But realize also up against 2 as well of their own. As Zone still falls. Macau walks in. He tries to find one and gets the other through the spray. With the drone and Jerwin went up for the time and touch run against the
Doesn't not clear Jerwin.
Doesn't find him, yeah. And Jerwin repositions over towards Heaven.
Flank.
Bob's coming around through A. Like you mentioned. There's 3 of them on site. Try to cover whatever they can. One is pinged out being Monsi. And Jerwin right in the corner, right outside of Link. It's Bob walking in. They see it past Heaven. The shock pulls out, but the gun's not there. Opting for the util to set up for Shondex. And it's just him. Monty up top. He gets one. The second transfer. Not good enough. Plug. Continue the Plug walk.
And even losing Teague at the very beginning of the round. Plug still doubled down and approached A site. They won all of their fights. Clinical take of the site, despite being a body down. Now Blue Water, the confidence has risen, possibly even soared on this defense. Still being a map up over Plug. They were able to bring these rounds a lot closer on the board. 4 away. They now need overtime, something they were able to do in the last series to get to this point. They gotta do it again.
So
Stop walking into that!
What? Just takes it again. He's not okay. He stays alive because the paranoia hit him. Still all fine and good. But as Bob about to get on this flank, a flanking Neon is always impressive. Especially when it works out though, is Joe still with 3 to keep Blue Water in the game.
Okay, Ravish.
What's up?
Do you think?
Dude,
Do you think
don't
we're
even-
gonna walk
don't
down A lobby
don't.
again?
There's this no shot, right?
Surely not, right?
Surely not. But
Oh no, they're setting up for it. Okay, they're defaulting.
yeah, it's both these as default, in fact, from what I see. So, actually, no. I think Plug are still going to continue to walk into A lobby once again. They might put the smoke this time, but we've shown that it doesn't necessarily matter. Instead, it'll be the push out from A, from Bob and Valley. They're not catching them, so they'll all evacuate completely. B is the take, but there is one at the back of the site, though, being Zeke. Waiting for them to go in, sees one in garage. And now from here, the trip should give away all the info they need.
Yeah, spy cam 2, reveal the garage presence. A rotate already called, Shondex falls, no neural theft available.
Yeah. Not seeing them on either side, they cut off noise. About to walk out of this, Bob again on his flank. Barely missing on the timing, sees him. Does she check the second corner, though? Not aware of the other person being there. I don't think so. Oh my god.
Timing.
Monster gets away with this.
To A site.
He gets out. Bob walks through garage. They don't know where Monsi is, but all he does is stay alive. A's wide open, so it's not gonna come around and fight for the rest of his team as they all make their way back in.
What is the plan here? Again, look at the weaponry. Plug have nothing but pistols. They have a body advantage. Mikey had the best weaponry with the headhunter.
Zeke not using his own util too. There's the tag, but no shot there. Zosto wants to wait for this one to dissipate. Tell to walk down. He doesn't reposition towards the bottom. And there's it. It's a beautiful fault line, but they can't go off of it because Bob gets fault line too. Both of them concussed. Joe at the coffers to peek. It's Teague just left alone. You guys put the back. Monsi finally coming around, but it's too little too late. They're not able to play the crossfire. And Blue Water once again, round after round.
For a round where you had nothing to work with, Plug gained so much map space over Blue Otters and still had the wackiest plan to get on A site. I would not feel good about winning that round if I'm Blue Otter. Trust in Plug, but honestly, both teams needed the timeout here. Just because you had a big eco advantage, Blue Otter won the round, yes. But they had 2 bodies left alive, and they gave up so much space. We don't even need to talk about the reclear from Bob that much. She found Mikey, and that was huge. Never knew about, who was that? Monzi's position? That's fine. But the reclear and everything else still became so close that neither one of these teams can squander this next round.
It's becoming rougher as we continue for both these ends. Now, as we look at it, for Plug, they have to make their stand right here if they want to continue forward without much more heartache or headaches. They've got one more bye left potentially after this if Blue win this round even to try to try to force OT, but it has to be now. German 1 for the overdrive and 2 for Teague. But consecutively though, we got Belly with the Hunter's Fury and of course Shondex, who hasn't been able to use his neural theft just yet. And Bob also one way from
Standing ahead.
Earl overdrive, which has been a godsend this team. So again in that corner, German being taken out could be detrimental. And Zoe opting in to play his life, a better and safer call. That is just Jerwin scaling towards A.
Blue don't fall for that neon push inside sewers. No one overheats beyond the smoke. That could have been devastating for one team or another. A's been all but given up. Bob is one off getting overdrive. Jerwin the same. It is a slow workout. Each member of each team do not want to sacrifice their opening pick. It's been detrimental to the success of the team of the players that die first. Smoke goes down A, but it's a fake. Already a relay bolt to fake the entry. The over-rotation for Blue Otter would be a death sentence, bringing us to map 3, but Bob doesn't fall for it. That's the lurk gone.
Mikey being found is big, and so now with this, they choose to immediately opt into A. Shonek's gun not out. Big jump spot, but using the ult, he gets alive. Stays there too. Gets to pick out the Teague.
30 seconds left.
Up from this stuff, so delayed. They're pushing it all. They're putting it all on the line for this map. The zap there. And Bob is staying with 2 fingers. It doesn't matter. There's 2 there. It's Jerwin and Bow to keep them alive versus Zoe and Belly. Zoe now left. Jerwin, can he save this game? Not happening now. Blue Otter, another round in their wake of the previous defeats and 1 away from OT.
Blue Otter had been down this road before. Just a few hours ago, it was OT on this same map, and there was nothing but shenanigans for attacking rounds.
This is a nice one.
I love the way Blue had approached their overall macro into the round, making sure that, again,
Move.
Just because you hear Jerwin create space on A does not mean the whole team needs to panic rotate. Call's been made now to switch it up and push it down C aggressively.
Shoots the trip here too. So now with this, the buy that we were calling out previously, now imminent, and Jerwin at least having the overdrive to try to make something happen. Previously used to try to just rush it onto C's and A's, but right now the lane is towards B. There's a fast lane. Spike's scaling through garage. Mikey and Valley ready. What a gorgeous shot from the both of them. This shut down both options. And now they're just stuck inside garages in their car. Bro, inside for the winter with the snow covers on, nowhere to go but there. They try to escape, but it's dangerous out there, son. You can't be leaving like that. No coat on. Valley, Blue Water, take it to OT.
Such a gigantic read in the early parts of that round. I don't want to say it's the win condition, but Bob destroying Mikey's trademark early on forced Plug to play so slow into Garage and B. I'm sure they wanted to take that round so slowly, but they were forced to push up. They couldn't risk the flank to happen. They had to execute. And it forced an uncomfortable scenario for the overdrive to go back site without properly clearing it. Overtime we go. Oh no. Plug are quadrupling down on A site. They are going to collapse upon any attacker that pushes lobby. Oh, nice song.
It's like Morse code. Weird.
Help me! Get sunset out of the map.
All right, but it's leaving soon, but for now,
they listen to it.
Yeah, it's Blue instead who are vacating the A premises, setting up for any planks that may come around, but Plug right now, they've shown this similar stack previously, just their gamble stacks they've done a lot on A and C, in fact, specifically on A. And Blue, realizing this, do not fall for it. There's a chamber trip through garage. C left wide open. As it keeping them interested. They could walk through here, but as soon as they do, they will be found and they'll have to rush in.
Right. Good to slow down the Neon. Already a big collapse upon C should be happening soon. Everyone unplug. They haven't rotated as fast as I thought they would. This is full C-side control for Blue. They need to push up here and take this extra space.
Remember for Plug too, Plug on the retake was actually quite clinical and quite good in the previous halves, but now Spike down. Let's see what Plug managed to get done. Looking at the spacing with it setting up, almost all of Blue Water opting to play off-site. Bob taking the initial entry with the jump spots. Seeing nothing and fastings on both ends, cutting off two crosses on sites.
I like this call. They're not avoiding the flood retake completely. All the utility that Plug can use on site will be useless. Play for the smoke.
Yeah, Shonix also going through garage. So, with having to face Monty, meanwhile the rest of them are pushing them all back. Bow's defusing though. He's just taking it. They can't get him off. They don't stop. Bow. Big BB to save the round.
Match point.
Von Bow again, incredible. Both these smokes have been just playmakers on the decision-making this entire series. The fact that we see Blue Water plant the spike knowing full well how they've lost all their attacking rounds by staying on site and letting this utility rain upon on them. They back away completely and play default C anti-clear. They wait for that utility to drop and spray through the smoke, and even that doesn't work. It really comes down to who wins an attack round, Ravish.
Yeah, that's... They pulled that off, Bow with no fear. Continuing to push some Zoe spotted. Loves that corner angle. Bob is so far forward. A disgusting two. And she's not stopping here. Nor there the smokes to cover up. Mike in front. And Queen Bobster is bringing Blue back from the brink. Once again. 13-13. Let's go round 2 of OT.
Surely we see an OT timeout brought out by one of these teams here, right? Two teams, very similar comps, very different ideas of how they approach their attacking sides. What is the game plan here for Blue Waters? They've done pretty well so far. Maybe not so much on their attacking side, but they've had so much confidence built up from their defense, and they've recognized full well how Plug like to orient themselves on their defensive retakes. It's just a matter of outsmarting this team, and a cyber cage early on could promote the cross in the sewers. It needs to be re-cleared.
Triple stack onto A early, but considering Blue have never really shown much presence around A lobby previously, so to keep up with that trend, instead it's an early smoke onto C, almost trying to signal to try to understand where the stack might be this time, as that has been what Plug has shown a propensity of so far as they scale it back to a default hold.
Yeah, and there have been times where Plug will overheat and try to take this opening pick. An Owl Drone, very audible to the hands of these attackers, don't know about Mikey's forward position.
Now they're not aware. Mikey, ooh,
No flash.
barely gets out of there, luckily enough.
Scanning ahead.
But now from here, though,
Deploying drones.
you still commit to A is the question. Almost all the members are here, but watch the flank as well. Coming out from Shondex. Here's them all running. Gets Jerwin.
Cage triggered.
It's a good start. But Bao also around the corner. Realizes that he scaled back in. Bob, AD shaping across, taking two. And Bao's to come up big. T round and
30 seconds
the
left.
sandwich him in the corner. Beautiful shot from Bao.
The bought time,
Knocks him
30
down.
seconds.
They've got up to plant, and it's got to be now as well. To C seems to be the take, but the rest of the club are all going back in. They're just shooting at them. Mikey and Teague start to save the day. Is Zoe with the final? One more left in 1v2. 13 seconds. Plan is to go down right now.
Teague has so few options. No players to bounce off of, no flashes, no life.
Oh my god. Is Zeke with the final? Somehow
Switching
bring it
sides.
back 1v1
Point.
to continue. Once again, like you mentioned, the attacking rounds are what may benefit them, and Blue finally get theirs. The second half has been Blue Water's favor, but let's see if that trend continues. Oh, Belly has an Odin.
Odin could be great to open up. Wait, what?
Caution,
Oh. Oh? You know, on the left
Caution,
side of B, you can spam the Odin there, yeah? But you can also spam it in sewers, too. It looks like that won't be the case for Welly. But that's a huge opening pick. Monty, your info gathering's gone. Good luck clearing out A site. Where's your Owl Drone?
It's incredible, and it's got to be a huge morale boost for the team. The generative setup gone. Not Shondex. Looks to peak, nothing in the corner. Not much damage done here either. Instead, it's Plug opting in to keep the
Spike
flank
planted.
onto B and wave the rest of not walk in.
Bob?
Blue Outer, 5 people strong. Just Monty missing. See Mikey. Now the flank has to be shut down. Now Mikey being indexed against all 4 rushing at him. Shot after shot. He's not taken down. They're all gonna jump. Body slam if they have to. I can give him a chance to breathe. It's a 5v3. The flash is set up. One dot below. One bow. They hit the savior previously. And once more again. But he doesn't have a cape. He can't save him this time. It's Blue Water to go to playoffs.
Blue Water played amazingly. They took advantage of the team comp that
Defenders
Plug had
win.
brought out. They worked the map and they corrected all of their mistakes from the first half of this map. And they looked amazing every single half that we've seen this series.
Dude. Oh my god.
Right?
That's been the second OT that they forced. And the second time they almost got that again. An incredible run they've had. And Blue Water do not want to say die just yet. We can talk about the heroics from, players like just especially Bob specifically, but it's been really impressive how they kept the resilience after 8 maps.
I mean, the Zoe Bob sad stack, or I suppose the former sad stack, looked incredible meshing well with the Green Goblin crew going into this matchup. And they've looked like one of the most consistent teams, both big picture and small individual plays that we've seen so far in the group stage.
Yeah,
But with that, the group stage is done.
that's
Let's
true.
take a look at the bracket and see how things are going to look for the playoff side. I really want to see where YFP and SAD end up. They will be facing TSM early on. Them and Blue. Oh, wow. Actually, the entire lower upper bracket is the group of death.
That is wild. Now, rankers have looked quite good, but, between TSM and YFP we have here, and even NBG, And that's I'm excited to see the second round specifically, because whoever moves on, like I find some of these games have been just toss-ups. It can't really just go either way. But hey, I mean that's where we're shaped out for the bracket currently for playoffs starting next week. So y'all want to definitely be around for that. But for now, that ends our group stage here, Keg. That ends our
run
days.
of nights.
Yeah, and that ends our runs with Knights. Yeah, it's been a wonderful
4
time.
years.
Yeah, dude. Knights started my career, man.
Same, man.
Yeah, dude. I remember.
That's wild.
Dude, yeah. One of my first casts ever was with Knights, and Knights was the reason why, that night with TS700 Thieves, I got the clip off and was able to continue my career from there. So, hey, thank you all for watching. It's been wonderful, and thank you, Knights, for the opportunities as always. Thank you, Keg, for being by me, and to everybody behind the production and the observers and everyone for making us look good always. Hey, don't worry, playoffs still around the corner, but that'll be it for us for now, though. Thank you all for watching. I've been Ravishing Ravish, most ravishing man on the internet. Y'all have a good night. Peace.